Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from today's LPL 2024 Spring Split matchup. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
I would assume the LNG ones would be as well. It's their arena. Oh boy. We're on a ward, and we're walking right into a 5-stack with a blitzcrank. Zika going to be the first one in. He's already one-shot. Not even Udyr could survive that. I don't know if Crisp used his hook already. I assume he did, just to keep Zika in. Yeah, there's a C that's missing, though. That's the problem.
Yeah,
We're missing a consonant that I just can't seem to squeeze in. We'll return on it. We'll work on the Boctagon. Oh, Shockwave in the mid lane. Right now, Mark's moved down to the bottom side, and that is going to open up Xiaohao to go for these grubs.
Still, you can see the rest of LNG, right? Moving down. I'd especially love to see Weiwei move into enemy jungle and start getting some of that vision there, take away some of these camps for Weibo can really make.
Xiaohao is here, but this is going to be another play for Gala and Mark. Stun against the wall. Crisp is low. Weiwei just gets out with it. Xiaohao now TPing into the play, but the stun is perfect. It saves Gala's life. Xiaohao flashing forwards, gets the stun. Magnustorm back in and a shockwave on top, and that's a cash in for the Draven. Go for a smite yourselves. Here we go. Ult goes in from Light. It's not going to find the dragon though. Weiwei grabs it, so that's one apiece to start us off.
Yeah, the big difference maker is Scout starts setting up plays like that, and they finally did. I guess we could also partially blame Chris for, you know, if he had obviously hooked earlier, maybe they would have.
ZDZ doesn't know he's been spotted. This is bad news for Rumble, but look at the damage he's doing to Weiwei. Equalizer still available, but he silenced himself early on, burning through them. Nearly gets a kill in a 4v1.
And still
second stun, so he would have been in all kinds of trouble. Does have his equalizer available and protects that control ward. Scout forced away from the bottom side, and ZDZ now essentially on a flank as Crisp is looking to stop Scout escaping. Scout's in big trouble. That's his ultimate. Now on cooldown, Whirling Death. So very close. The equalizer forces the flash. Heal right now. 2 minutes until Drake is up. Baron is on the map. Weiwei just about getting away without being spotted there, but Xiaohu's found him anyway. This could get dicey. An arrow goes in. It lands onto the Orianna, and that's a hell of a combo as Scout dives into the action as well. But the Shuriken wide on Xiaohu, and now Xiaohao survives. Shockwave onto 2. Xiaohao still going, but finally falls here. It's like trying to get the damage out, but Zika's too tanky. Here comes ZDZ, and he has blood in his eyes. Equalizer down, but it's not really enough to finish a kill, and it's a double kill for Gala in the meantime.
What a strange fight. Coming disjointed.
Yeah, it felt like it was going to turn into more, didn't it? It felt like it was going to be a much bigger battle there. Hollow Radiance picked up on both Weiwei and Zika at this point. They're getting real hard to kill. Another arrow lands, but it's not a long stun. Chris does get a pull in, but he's down. They don't need a long stun with the follow-up from Gala's ultimate there. Very nicely done, LNG. And
I'm sorry.
No. Remember that time when I said, hey, this is 1-6 right now? I think it's headed towards 1-7. I don't think the situation's getting any better.
No. And now, I mean, Crypt Bloom picked up by Scout. We said how him in a side lane is going to be one of the things that are really just menacing to Weibo. Neither is under threat of Scout, just looking for that all-in. And Scout will always have help from anywhere on the map. Oh, goes for the all-in now.
Oh, here we go. Opportunity to show what he's made of. Has the ultimate available. Shockwave comes out from Xiaohu. The stun doesn't land, but it just does not matter. A solo kill. And that is why Scout's got all the MVPs.
There was a lot of threat there coming from like the Enchanted Crystal Arrow and the Poppy. But like you said, Scout able to dish it out himself at the end of the day.
Big engage coming on through. It's not the greatest target on Xiaohao, but he's still just going to burn on down. But it's a trade of junglers, and everybody else just walks away.
I'm a little bit surprised that Gala was just able to stand in the equalizer, but what does that matter if an Enchanted Crystal Arrow can still just be, you know, thrown across and set up for the kill?
Well, Crisp is going to be the one sunned, and there's the combo coming out from Gala as well. Crisp does get his silence off, gets a knock-up, and there's the equalizer, but the Whirling Death's not going to do enough here. Xiaohao just in the middle of everyone somehow surviving, but I don't know how long this fight can go on for Weibo. Light's still alive, and Xiaohao has a blast code. He's got out, and in the meantime, Scout's forced to flash. Weibo somehow going even in that fight.
Yeah,
They're third.
I'm surprised LNG actually going to be able to do this. That Poppy ult had to be like one of the least helpful ultimates there was, Weibo. Gonna pivot towards the Baron. We've seen them do this before. This is how they've won and how they found those comeback victories.
They do it pretty quick with the Rumble damage coming on through. Half HP. Scout is in the area, has his ultimate available as well. A TP into the pit, but it's Weiwei that needs to be here. Smite's still available. They're going to get the Baron, but can they survive as well? Keep your eyes on Light because Scout is threatening. ZDZ already down. Equalizer, not really that great, but Scout goes down himself. It's a huge pickup for Light, a massive injection of gold, and now Zika slowly getting chunked on down as Xiaohao in the back of the pit. He's been ignored. He's still alive. And he gets over the wall! LNG completely dropped the ball.
What was that? Like, that... Oh.
Feel for that one, guys. But I just want to mention as well, in that previous fight, Chris finding the hook onto Scout, and we get to see, like, what happens to Scout. Ooh, close one on the arrow. I'm going to hold my breath on that one as another hook lands. Zika, not really the target that you want, but Magnet Storm actually committed by Xiaohao here. Zika's still full health. There is no one.
Is like thrown on top of the AD carries now when they're trying to protect these turrets. Now that opportunity isn't there.
See double spell shield on the duo AD carry bot lane from LNG here, trying to keep themselves safe from a potential shockwave. Oh, but Scout is doing things in the backside here. LNG engaged the fight to set up for this flank, but they might have gone in too soon here. Gets a heal onto Chris. As Xiaohao flashes forward for the shockwave, and the whirling death flies through the roster of LNG. And all Scout can do with the flank is clear a minion wave. It's disaster again.
This is why 9 years in the LPL, right?
He's herding him. He's corralling him into a corner. Scout should get away with this one.
Does manage to make it out alive. Pushing this one forward.
All right, Lyric, I want you to pretend that didn't happen and talk to me about the 9 years in LPL. Get me hype.
No. We don't care about the 9 years right now. Scout's going down.
Boy. Scout is in all kinds of trouble. See you later, buddy. Drake coming up in a minute. Order is 0-12 in the LPL, and right now, Weibo 6k gold up. Can Xiaohao be the man to break Oriana's funk?
Xiaohao gonna get...
Now we're getting to full builds. I mean, Light literally already full build at this stage.
Yeah, he'll be able to stay up, like, past that poke. We do have a flank ward for Scout. He's going for the recall, so we're gonna keep our eyes on the Akali.
Ult in onto Chris. I don't know if it's enough, and pull back onto Zika again. I don't know if it does anything. Scout in the back line turns golden. Chris 1 HP, and he's taken down by Scout. But can they finish this Akali off? Can they deal with it? Scout just gets annihilated. Where did he go? It's like a magic trick as Xiaohao chasing down on his horsey, but he can't close the gap at this point. It's 4v4. It's the most extended fight I've seen in ages, but they just can't close the gap.
No, not being able to do it. So LNG are going to take advantage, try and get this poke down. But again, you traded a mid laner for a support. Weibo's still feeling comfortable.
Certainly are. Xiaohao has his ult available. Poke coming out from Gala as Xiaohao looks for the way in, but it's a sombrero from Xiaohao. And that is going to diss one. But he'll be spotted by ZDZ. The spell shield keeps ZDZ safe from the shuriken flip. Buying space for his team here. ZDZ is not afraid of Scout at this point. He's quite happy to push in towards the enemy mid laner. Xiaohao hitting away at this Drake. 6,000. 50-50 from Mount Soul could be devastating, but he's knocked away. It's not a 50-50 now as Light has to go for the cleanse. Into the pit they go, they're burning through it, and it's Weiwei to grab it. Soul for the side of LNG, and they get themselves 1-for-1 in the kills as well. Xiaohao in the middle of everyone, but Light still going strong. Chunked out, slowed down, stunned, but still catching axes, still throwing them back. Weibo walk away with 1 casualty, but it's LNG that get themselves to Soul and ping on towards the back. He could get there. Weibo, they must suspect something's coming, and there we go. They've seen Scout now. They're just going to run at him. They're just going to try and start the fight on Scout themselves as Zika goes in. Scout retreating on the top side. Xiaohao half HP. Arrow hits onto Light, and he uses the QSS. He's okay for now. The Scout is just being burnt to death by ZDZ. The flame spitter, but Scout dashes away. Equalizer just a hair away, and in the meantime Zika has gone down. I don't know how they keep doing it, Lyric, but Weibo were doing it.
If ZDZ had thrown that out like a second earlier, I think this would have been game. They might be able to hold on with the fact that they still have the Akali up. We'll see though. Weibo.
The problem is Scout doesn't have his ultimate. He doesn't have flash available.
Right,
I don't know how much he can really offer to a fight here.
Oh, it'll be up soon if they can buy a bit of time with this. Okay, it looks sold up.
I think they're still in the game. I don't think Weibo can end the game.
Oh!
Oh, Chris flushes in the shockwave and Scout is eradicated. Weibo, they want this done and dusted, and they might just have their wish
Equalizer's
right
coming
now.
up too. Equalizer's about to be up. ZDZ can just drop that one. Should give them free race.
Oh, Chris wants an MVP. Disastrous early game from him, but the hooks in the late game have been immaculate. Zika moves in to try and clear the wave, but the equalizer underneath Gala burning on through. That's all of the waves gone. Mark gets 2 shot by Light. And you know what, Weibo? They want the bonus kills. They want everything after this 44-minute slog. Weibo win game 1.
I'm just saying, I am offended. It's time to turn up.
Yeah. There's not been many teams that have shown this brand jungle working. BLG, the first ones to do it in one of the first games of the entire split. In fact, it might have been the first game of the split. But since then, yeah, Scout's got to be a little bit careful, but as long as he doesn't use his rocket jump aggressively, I don't think Xiaohao will be able to move into the mid lane just yet. But Grub's up on the top side of the map. Weiwei's doing the Drake. So you would anticipate Xiaohao being on those Grubs, but perhaps that's what they're banking on. Banking on Scout, thinking that Xiaohao sticking around this mid lane, but he's... Oh, this could be a slow one. That was an all-out from Gala onto Crisp. They're setting up for a potential dive. Crisp uses his shield. Weiwei is here. He spots that there's no enemy jungle. The Q flashed away from. Heal comes out from Light. Now dashing out is Crisp as they turn into Spooky Ghost. The ultimate bouncing off the minions. The burn. Is it enough? I don't think it is. He's burning, and in the meantime, Xiaohao's diving mid. This top side, one auto away from another plate. However, Weiwei in the area. Ward dropped by ZDZ, and Zika gonna hold the wave away from the tower. Plate taken, but perhaps an overcommitment from ZDZ. He's not actually taking any damage from everyone, but he's not. Oh, the dodge on the stun! Who cares about executing? Just flee for your life! Blast cone! Can he get away with this one? Zika's trying to chase with his own ghost. Goes for the all-out. ZDZ so low, and the shield comes out from Light as well. I mean, he's not even that low.
Already having a lot of people kind of down in the area. I want you to keep your eyes, especially on Scout on the mini-map. He's not in lane. He's just hovering around for now. Oh, Crisp,
I don't think Crisp is having a very fun time right now. He just got absolutely railed, and Scout is dead again. At least this time, the play from LNG works out as well. But Scout...
Coming into this year, again, not just this game, if you haven't seen LNG series, really, just Scout is not...
Just clean. Just so clean, as always, from Xiaohao. And in the meantime, ZDZ has decided to take the Grubs into his own hands. He's going to finish off a third one here, having an impact.
They've definitely done that. Yeah, they've definitely done that so far. But LNG at least going to be able to answer in kind by picking up this Herald. They haven't been able to take a turret down just yet, but ooh.
Ooh, flash from Crisp to dodge away from Gala's ultimate. Slow down onto Mark. Zika goes in, and Crisp saves the day. ZDZ walks out with his life. The shield will keep him alive. Crisp has a shield of his own, needs to use it, but knocked back by the Q3. And Mark finishes.
LNG, unless Xiaohao can find an angle to get a kick on someone. So it's going to open up for LNG to go for the push in mid. Does pull Xiaohao back to mid himself. So that's why LNG already started backing off, and no.
So it all diffuses as Gala has stepped up here. Xiaohao has Shockwave available. Gala's real quick right now.
Whoa!
The flash forward, but Mark answers the flash as well. But Gala dodging the Shockwave, put himself in an awkward spot. Xiaohao flashed into this, and now he's alone, taken down. And Zika, I mean, he's Cassante. He ain't scared of a 1v3. He'll take this any day of the week.
From that perspective, Xiaohao, oh, he's dead again.
Oh boy, this is, well, he does have a Tom Kench on his team, so he's going to be okay. Crisp could be in trouble, though. He's already used his eat. The shield will come down. Crisp, he just can't move, man. He cannot get out of these plays because the CC chain is just disgusting. Zika has overstepped, though, and he's thrown the play for LNG. And suddenly we end up even.
Yeah, mistakes coming from...
Denying the soul point that you were just talking about. I will say, Ocean Soul this game, Cassante or... Udyr with an Ocean Soul is a sight you do not want to behold. That sounds terrifying to me. ZDZ taking a good chunk. Honestly, the amount of damage that this team from
Udyr could potentially start moving, but a lot's just going to be on waiting for the Senna Orianna to get big enough to burst him out.
Weiwei's in trouble there, kicked back, taken down. Nice little start here for Weibo, but can they survive? Xiaohao in the back of the pit. He's waiting for cooldowns and he's taken down in the end. ZDZ as well in no man's land and running the wrong way. 2 for 1, and LNG again come out on top.
LNG committing everything down there to find those picks. Does open up.
And he is feeling strong. Drake starts now by LNG. Remember, this will be sole point if they can grab it, but Weibo, they don't want to let it go without a fight here. ZDZ on the front line as they move in. 5k on the Dragon. Xiaohao might be able to steal this. He's on that lease in. I don't think he's been spotted just yet as in goes the Udyr to try and make things happen, but ZDZ's just going to die. Ooh. Crisp saves him, and in goes Xiaohao, but he misses the kick. He doesn't find his chance, and he goes down instead. That's sole point and a bonus kill as well, as Weibo in full retreat.
LNG doing a great job of making that so awkward for Weibo. So many things missed by the Weibo members. Now, sole point, they're going to be able to lean up towards top.
Oh, big combo on Xiaohu. He flashes, but he's not to safety. And LNG find a bonus pick with 2 picks.
Now LNG are really going to be able to start pushing the pace of this game. We've already been seeing how much damage their composition does. Now they can so easily force pretty much any member of Weibo off the map, and now they're really going to be able to start pulling this game apart.
They should be able to just finish this one off. Crisp here, light here, trying to stop things, but there's really nothing to be done. LNG doing a good job. Gonna find his way back into the river here. 2 items on that lease in, and he really could be the difference maker if he can find his moment, but LNG playing around it beautifully.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of what we're looking at right now, Zika is putting up tons of threat and still isn't taking up too much damage. Gala, he's engaging.
Oof. Not ideal, but look at the Dragon. It's solo already. Xiaohao, this is your moment, and you've missed it. Knocked back and taken down. Jungle it down as LNG. They get the Dragon Soul, and they look for a fight as well. Zika gonna head them off, trying to deny the escape, trying to stop them running away. Great shockwave, and the railgun on top, but it's just not enough damage, and the Ocean Soul already getting so much value for LNG across this fight. It'll be a bonus kill on the top side of the play.
Yeah, and Light definitely should not be able to hold this game all by himself. LNG, we expected it to go the distance much, but glad to see LNG show some more signs of life in this game too.
Yeah, great to see LNG showing their form, showing their quality in game number 2 of the series. And Weibo, their undefeated 5-game streak comes to an end. They are finally pushed to a 3-game series by LNG.
You know, Gala and Mark won't be able to put a ton of pressure down in that 2v2. So LNG have a lot of scaling advantages there, do have a lot of setup to look for potential plays, and later on they'll be able to lean on the pressure that the Nar's putting up.
The fleet footwork rather than grasp in this matchup. Like, I'm not a top laner. I don't know this matchup super well. I'm not going to claim to be a Gnar versus K'Sante expert, but you'd think you'll have quite a lot of opportunity to just get those autos in and proc yourself a grasp, build up some HP over the course of the game. But I suppose wanting that sustain, make sure he stays healthy. Did Xiaohao wanted to make sure that they're not on that record. Scout getting a knockback onto Xiaohu in the mid lane. The roots are gonna hit actually. And there we go. All we had to do was say the record and we instantly cursed his Scout. Not there on the ward. Light could be in trouble though. Flash immediately, followed by a top flash and gobbled up. Mark is feeling aggressive. The root comes in. The Q is there. They don't have the damage. Oh, but Gala flashing under the tower. 3 summoners, but a kill nonetheless.
Mark,
I think at this point,
yeah,
denied that by Crisp.
not gonna be able to go for the reset, but at least finally a dragon. But again, I feel like we've seen a lot of these like later first strikes not be super impactful. But I guess with the fact that the grubs end up being a wash kind of just equalizes everything.
That was a bit of a weird one between the mid laners. Oh my goodness. Xiaohu decides he doesn't want this fight anymore.
But we're getting close to first break points for LNG as well.
Oh, some big damage.
There's
Trying to
injuries.
walk in there. We've got an all-in on the bottom side. Zika, mini Gnar, doesn't even have anything in the Gnar bar. The Q3 dodged away from ZDZ, goes underneath the tower. But he ain't scared. Gets a shield for the tower shot.
Looks like the answer is no so far. Zika would also be able to join too.
I think this might just be LNG taking it, but then again, Weibo showing some presence. Mark and Gala split from their team, but a TP means Weibo suddenly in quite an awkward position to take this fight. Herald down to 1,000 as it's taken in the end. Weibo grabbed the Herald. I don't think they'll get the eye, and I don't think they'll get a fight either. They're trying to flee for their lives, but the slow comes down onto Xiaohao. Zika can't quite chase it. Xiaohu Valkyries to safety. Weibo, bit of a hit and run on Herald. Take down the objective.
Yes, they technically did. They got a tower?
Yeah.
Xiaohu?
I'd say they did. I'd say they did. Oh, I don't think they'll come out on top of this play, though. Xiaohu has the flash, but no way out of this one. What is that damage? Yes, he took a turret shot as well. Well, that's pre-Malignant. He's already starting to hit. There's now the counterplay on the bottom side of the map. Weibo want a solo laner of their own. Zika gets a knockback, but knocked back himself. Will be taken down. Xiaohao grabbing himself the kill credit for that one. Definitely the right target to be getting the gold.
Out jump in the back line. Like, there's a Tom Kench, there is a Maokai, there's an Emperor's Divide. There's so many things to stop that as Weibo.
Yeah, we've got a TP with the package. LNG have taken.
Oh!
What a crash down across everyone. But is there any follow-up for the rest of the team? There's the package. But he's totally alone. This is a disaster for Weibo. Shields across the team. They finally... No, they don't even get Scout. He's gobbled up by Mark. Light, you've got to do something, and he does. Finds himself a shut down onto the mid lane, but it's traded 1 for 1 here. And in fact, 2 for 1. Weibo, they're falling apart. And Gala now chasing down, has the slow. ZDZ 1 HP, but Light gets a bit of damage back onto Gala. They're burning. The W comes in. Hit. At the end of the day, doesn't matter what nearly happened, all that matters is what actually happened. Xiaohu is looking to make it happen onto Gala. Both solo laners find solo kills simultaneously here. Now Zika wanting one of his own onto ZDZ. The Q3 knockback, and this is Cassante. Oh god, he's Cassanting all over him. Zika dodges away from the Q3. It couldn't have been closer.
That would have been...
The Void Krabbies, and they'll be able to get onto the Drake themselves.
Oh, and this is nice, because now they have Dragon. But as we saw, right, Xiaohu having the package, they might be able to lean up for an aggressive...
It's also just not what this build is designed to do. Like,
no, not at all.
Oh, good flash from Scout. Predicts the flash from Xiaohao. Jungle it down. That's going to be Baron for LNG.
And this is just rough now. I mean, you still have the poke to kind of play with and try and whittle them down, but I think LNG should be able to get this just fine. Looking at Chris.
Xiaohu looking for rockets here, 7k on the Baron. There is no smite the side of Weibo, so the objective should go to LNG. We're looking at the fight, but even that is a 4v5. Baron taken, and now Weibo just in a straight up 4v5. Rockets coming on through. ZDZ pulls someone out of the pit. They're trying to find these fights, but Crisp getting whittled down here. Mark gobbles up his teammate, trying to save him as Crisp will fall. Weiwei still going on this one, as everybody's slowly falling down, but it's LNG still winning out. Probably take it as a consolation prize, but realistically they want to get sieging with this Baron, and the roots are going to set up for exactly that. Oh, the root on Corki's kind of huge, and that's some big old damage coming out from Gala in this stage.
And I'm Gala 97 stacks right now, right? He's getting massive. He's going to be there actually isn't really going to be any great person on the side of Weibo. He shut down this Kaisa, which felt like it'd have to play up more as like a cleanup AD carry into the comp it's playing against.
Does feel challenging, and I mean, this is the strength of the composition. We said it right at the start that LNG, you know, with a Senate and with an Azir, the longer the game goes on, the slower you can play it.
It's going to be a potential last stand for Weibo.
Package TP from Xiaohu arrives on the scene. You're absolutely right. I think this is the last ditch effort. Ooh, big damage onto Gala. Follow-up rocket dodge though. Gala take it down to half now, but he does have a lot of sustain on that center. Drake taken by Weibo. That is soul point for them. It is a big pickup against this Corki. He can clear the wave so easily.
Yeah, they're going to have to look for an engage, which is what they're doing.
Yeah, the roots come on in, and actually they're just going to shred this tower. The cannon alone is enough. And now LNG, they take the inhib tower mid, and it looks like they'll walk away with their lives. Crisp is trying, can they get onto Gala? Crisp is here, and ZDZ on a safari flank himself. And he's found a bird. The aviary comes up big for them. Scout taken down, another huge pick onto the LNG mid laner. Xiaohu will not give him a break today. And now Weibo with a pick onto the mid laner. Is it enough? They lost so much HP.
They're so afraid of this set on the range that Gala's playing with. They can't deal with it. But look at the minimap. Zika is being such a nuisance. Pushes top, pushes mid. They have to go for these resets and they're getting canceled.
Oh no, this is going to be kills right here. Crisp goes in just to try and start something, but he's taken down. And Weibo with greedy recalls are punished heavily, lose time.
In a play that looked like it might have been that swing, might have been a push towards the Baron. They just can't deal with the set at this point. She's just too big. It's chunked out. Now it's going to be Baron for the side of LNG, and they can keep that siege going like they were before.
It's an unmitigated disaster for Weibo. It is over. LNG in complete and utter control. And this could be the last-ditch attempt here. You asked for a package timing. Well, Xiaohu's waiting in the base. I'm assuming that's for the package. TP available.
Up to this package, what Xiaohu can set up.
Here we go. Package TP. The Safari flank once more goes to the Wolf Enclosure first. But here we go. The roots come in and it's already over. It's already over. Xiaohu's too late to the play. The rail gun across the team as Chris goes down. Xiaohu arrives. Big damage on Scout. But can they finish the job? The burn comes on through and they find one. Can they keep the game alive? Xiaohu versus the world. The Malignants burning away at the minion wave as well as Xiaohu desperately tries to clear them. The Baron buff has just timed out. The minion wave's no longer tanky enough. And somehow Weibo have kept themselves in the game.
That is...
For Weibo, another flank, but he's totally on his own. Buffers a lot of the CC, but not all of it. There's just too much. All out, but it's into the entire team of LNG. There's nothing ZDZ could do about it. 4v5 now on the map.
Desperation coming out from Weibo. I mean, as it needs to, right? You're 10k gold down. They're trying to find the plays, but now LNG should just be able to march it forward towards the Nexus.
Xiaohu, big hit onto Gala there. And he needs a few more of those if he's going to hold on to this game for his team right here. Mark doesn't even notice the rocket hitting him. These Kainic Ruckans across the team getting so much value as light. Literally just tickling Mark. At this point, Zika goes in and Weibo go out. Phenomenal engage from the top laner of LNG. Scout finishing the job here, and LNG, they're finally back on the map as they take down the undefeated.
These were some of the best highlights from today's LPL 2024 Spring Split matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.